Today I thought I would give you something nice to look at instead of just me sitting in a chair. I'm just out on a walk where I often go out to just get a little exercise up this little creek outside of St. Helena. It's pretty. And speaking of pretty, that's what I would like to talk to you about today is like being pretty, being attractive. It's incredible when you stop and think about it, how much energy as human beings we put into being attractive. And that, of course, takes many forms. There's physical attractiveness. And, we either are blessed or we're not in that regard. We do what we can with what we got. But there are other ways that we try to be attractive to each other. We're the guy with the joke, or we're the guy with the money, or we're the woman who makes the best casserole. Boy, I'm being sexist in my examples, aren't I? But you get the idea. And I've just kind of really noticed this lately, how in any group, you can just see the people vying to establish that they have value to each other. And if you don't, you're persona non grata, no grace, no, like you're a nobody, you're a nothing. And it's frustrating. I wish it weren't like that, but that is how it is. I mean, if you show up at the meeting, you bring nothing to the table, maybe you bring a bad attitude, or you're actually a negative. You might say, well, people shouldn't be like that, and maybe they shouldn't, but it's unarguable that that's the way it is. We're constantly trying to show that we have worth to each other. From the car we drive, the clothes we wear, our watch, our job, our spouse, our kids, our on and on and on. We want our degrees. It's endless. So much of what we do is driven by this desire, this need to show that we have worth to each other. I'm not here to try to undo that today, but I do want to make a suggestion for something that will make you really attractive. And there's no skin cream involved. You don't even have to have hair. Some of the most attractive people I have ever known were not very good looking. In fact, well, without calling attention to anyone, but they're, some of the people in my life right now who I find to be just absolutely stunning. I mean, I am so attracted to them. It's not about looks at all. It's about something that radiates from inside. It's kind of like the old verse in the Bible about the outer man is perishing, but the inner man is being renewed day by day. There's an inner self, and that has a radiance that kind of puts any skin cream or lotion that's going to make your hair grow back, or make your wrinkles go away, or puff your lips up with Botox, whatever your thing is. This inner radiance, it just makes all of that external stuff kind of go away. Even like human accomplishments, like if you are a person who's achieved a lot. Well, I know people who have achieved a lot who are downright repulsive. So here's what I want to argue. I want to argue that the three movements that I keep talking about are really good for making you attractive. So let's take them one at a time. The first one is the move from faith to wonder. So if you're a person who has a pretty rigid story about how things are, why you're here, who you are, and you are a bit dogmatic about that, that's repulsive to people. But if you move beyond that to where you say, wow, this is a mystery, I don't understand all this, but I am filled with a sense of wonder, and that then allows you to sort of discover who you are and enter into life with a spirit of adventure. I mean, people like that are attractive. People who have this big, wide-eyed wonder at the world and who enter into it with a spirit of adventure. That's attractive, and that's the first movement. The second movement is the move from hope to acceptance. Okay, so if you're a person who lives by hope and you're like, okay, there's something around the corner that's going to make it okay. I'm hoping things will go a certain way, or, it'll be okay. Um, well, that makes it so like it being okay is dependent on things going a certain way. So it makes you kind of rigid, and unable to adapt or accept when other people get in your way or create problems for you. But if you get to the place where you really face the vanity of life, vanitas, my specter, and you look that in the eye and you say, um, I get it. I'll never reach the end of the rainbow. Hope is a carrot on a stick, but I have a goal and I love to enter into this life with a spirit of play. Yeah, I accept that it will never be okay. I choose to accept that it is okay right now. And I'm going to enter into this day with a spirit of play, still, striving for whatever the thing is that floats your boat, but not with this idea that you have to have it. So in other words, if you're able to fully engage in life, but not in this rigid kind of way, but in a playful spirit, that's really attractive. So that's the second movement. It'll make you attractive. And then the third movement is the move from love to compassion. Now, nothing wrong with love. We all love things. We all hate things, right? If you love things, you automatically hate things. Hate is the shadow of love, and you can't really have one without the other. But it can be frustrating because you begin to understand that, well, back to, sort of having some attractiveness to people. If you're not attractive to people, then you don't have any appeal to them, and you're not loved by them. I mean, they may in a theoretical sense love you, but they don't invite you to the party, right? And that's maddening, right? And so you I don't like those people, and you feel that alienation. And so that love is I call it the fever swamp of love sometimes, because it just is so hot and cold and frustrating. But if you move from love to a place where you understand, hey, we're all in the same boat with this. We all struggle to fit in, and really the fact that we are lost in this world, that we can't reach the end that we aim for, and that we're constantly sort of jockeying for a position, we're all in that boat. Well, that's something we have in common. I have that in common with everybody. So I feel like I can approach other people, every person, on the grounds of that common, if you want to call it this, a curse or this challenge. And I can choose compassion for people. It's not love based on, meeting certain criteria. It's a compassion based on being human. We're all in this together. And if you can move to compassion and then, just seek to live in harmony with people and treat them with kindness, there's a wideness to that that's really attractive. So if you're sitting around with your group of friends or whatever, and everybody's sort of, jockeying to, be the funny guy or the good looking person or the whatever it is, the smart one or the rich one or the whatever the thing is, the well-dressed, and I could keep going, the educated, on and on. If you're in a group of people and everybody's kind of trying to, show why they're attractive, and you realize, wow, I have compassion for everyone in here because we're all doing the same thing. We're all caught up in the same loop, and there's a wideness to that. There's that kindness that really isn't based in somebody's earning it somehow. It's just based on your common humanity. There's a connection that you feel with people that goes beyond their particular value to you or attractiveness. You just feel that bond. That is super attractive, people like that. And you've met them, you've known them. Those people who have this sort of wideness, that they just don't shove people out. They get this common ground that we share. super attractive. So the 3 movements, I think, in fact, I know this is true, will make you attractive, and it's better than any anti-aging cream or Botox injection or anything else you think of that you think is gonna sort of like make people like you.